Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, listen. So here's what's trending this morning. Concert goers are walking out in the middle of the show. Fans are walking out of concerts in the middle of a show. It happened to Erica last weekend. And, in some of music's biggest acts like Rick Ross, Trina, what is that, Shania Twain?
Shania Twain.
Yeah, Shania Twain have been subjected to the same behavior. And a lot of comedians, too. Hell, me. I've seen people walk out when I was on stage. Today was, what's trending question is, have you ever walked out of a concert and why? Hit us up at 866-9-RICKEY, 866-9-RICKEY. Gary.
All right, so Rickey, now ticket sales for all the concerts all over the country combined have dropped to a new low. Now, here are a few of the reasons why people may be leaving early listed by Polestar. Now, they're saying some of the artists show up late, like in particular, sometimes people think that Lauryn Hill, she'll show up a little late at some of her concerts and people are like, we're going to leave. Then they say sometimes the artists may be boring, They say because, when the people pass the Michael in some of those concerts, they're like, he bored. They say some of the songs are overly remixed. Now, that's the part, too, I don't like. If I go to your concert, I need you to sing the song the way I heard it on the record. Don't be changing it all up and stuff because I'm not interested anymore. Then they're saying, everyone, is on their cell phones or, the crowd not engaged. And
that's a big problem.
Yes, it is. With them camera down folks. You can't even hear the concert or see the concert because you
everybody online.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not getting a real interaction with the audience.
Yep.
Because everybody, I promise you walk on stage and everybody distracted and texting and stuff. I'll turn all the lights on, sit down and have a whole conversation with the audience and say, hey, we can do this, or I can just go on back to my grandkids, like for real. You know what I mean? Like, and what about the part when the concert too long, Gary? What shows have you been to where the concert too long?
Yes, and that's and I mean and the next thing is almost Lee said. I go to a concert, after I hear my song, Rickey, I kind of like leave. Because I don't want to be in all that traffic, honey, getting out and stuff like that. I don't want, it's just a lot of stuff that be going on, and you just don't want to deal with that. So after they sing my song and somebody come with me, I'm like, look, y'all, now after they sing Jungle Boogie, honey, after that, I'm leaving because they didn't sing my song, so hopefully they get yours.
I think with most people, you have about a 2.5 hour max attention span for concerts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I think a lot of comedy promoters stretch comedy shows out way too long because your attention span for comedy is even shorter.
Yeah, absolutely. Because basically, we're speakers. I did a show in that was Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and it was a long time, man. When I came on stage, I was lit because I had just got there. So I just tried to get there when it's time for me to go on stage, so I won't sit around too much. And the show was long. Then you brought the mayor up, and then the people was booing the mayor. Yeah, man. We started mixing in. We got to bring the politician out, and they got to read a proclamation.
Ain't nobody paid to see them.
All that kind of stuff, man. And then by the time I came on stage, man, they was irritated, drunk, and tired. And by the time I got off stage, half of them had walked out. That was the quickest performance. I wasn't embarrassed because it wasn't my damn fault. I know I'm funny. I'm confident in that. And one time I did a show in Kansas City. They just didn't have no energy. The Chiefs had just won the playoffs. I don't understand. I was at the Funny Bone. And the audience was just said they wasn't clapping for none of comedian.
I was on that show with you.
It was me, you, Rita Brent, and Brandon.
And Brandon was there with us. Yeah.
And we was performing, and Gary, that's Special K. I stopped and turned all the lights on and pulled up a chair on stage and had a whole conversation with the audience. And I said, we're going to decide right now whether we want to be here or not. If not, don't waste our time. We comedians, we prepared. We came to have a good time. You just won the playoff game. Why don't y'all celebrate? We celebrate for the Chiefs. That really happened. I had that conversation. I said, because we got another show that's sold out, so we can give you your money back. And then we can just, no. I'll give you every dime of it back because all money ain't good money. Ain't nobody going to sit up there and perform through that. Sit up there. You trying to do comedy. You done left your kids and left the comfort of your home to go and perform for you, and everybody looking at a damn cell phone. Nobody clapping for the comedians. Everybody looking at each other, and it was just awkward. That was just one show. But the next show was great. The show before that was great. But that was just that one show. Like, what the hell, y'all? Why are we here? What are we doing? What's up?
But I think the time thing is probably the main problem. Is concerts not starting on time. And when it don't start on time, and then they have technical issues in the middle of the show, and it takes them a long time to set up
that.
for the next artist. Like, we don't have that problem with comedy shows because it's just all we need is a mic.
And then stay on track with the itinerary. Like, sometimes the in-between while you wait, when you got a show with a whole bunch of artists performing, and it's like 20, 30 minutes in between each act, sometimes I can be like, all right, it's time to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Ricky, did you see the video of what happened with Erykah Badu?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, because that's kind of going around making its rounds on social media. A fan got up and left. Well, she called the fan out because the fan got up and left.
It was just one person?
A comedian, we do that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the comedians do that all the time, or whatever. I don't understand. The drug dealer and his girl, after they sit there for so long, they're definitely gone, or whatever. So it's hard to keep the dope boys and the strippers, and they be having other stuff to do. I just don't take it personal all the time, because sometimes, man, you got a group of people that really want to see you and came to have a good time. So you perform for those people. Let me give you a little thing I do on stage. If there's a commotion over on the right side of the stage and they getting up, getting their coat, getting ready to leave, you know what I do? I move to the other side of the stage to take the spotlight over there off of what's going on in the audience.
Yeah, that's smart.
And I try to engage the people that's laughing and having a good time. And then once they either trying to come in and get seated or leaving and it's a commotion, then I make my way back to that side of the stage, because what happens is if you keep them in the light, then all of the attention is focused on them and what they're doing. So you got to be smart when you're performing. You got to move. You got to keep it moving. All right, let's go to the phones. 866-9 Ricky. Good morning.
So my name is Raven, and I'm in North Carolina. We left a few weeks ago, actually. Her Lies, His Secrets. It really wasn't all that great. My husband and I went. We were really excited about going, but we just couldn't get into it. We were like, oh, we're going to leave it intermission, and boom, it was there. So we just strolled out and went to dinner.
I'm Randy, calling from Flint, Michigan. You know, some of these singers be taking too long to get on stage, and especially if it's through the week, you know, when you go to Detroit, you know, traffic is crazy. So you be thinking about all the, you know, bottlenecks in the traffic and how you got to fight your way through the crowd, fight your way back to the parking ramp structure, whatever. Most of the time I stay, but if it's, you know, you get to doing too much and you done came on stage an hour and a half late and it's a Wednesday and I got to be at work in the morning, yeah, I got to go.
Yeah, Special K, did the audience stay that night at Uptown Comedy Club when you was on stage?
Okay,
because I never asked you this. I'm not trying to be funny.
And let's clarify. Let's clarify. This was 1998 we're talking about.
Okay, you had been doing comedy about 10 years.
No, I had been doing comedy for like a year.
You started after me and Earthquake.
Yes. Way after.
It's okay. When you was on stage, there was they don't usually walk out in a comedy club.
They didn't walk out. They sat there and just looked at me.
What joke?
And it was very quiet.
Okay.
Yes.
What joke you was doing? Do the joke right quick. Go.
I don't.
Do the joke.
I don't remember the
joke.
Do one
of the jokes you was doing.
I said, have you ever accidentally seen your grandmama naked? Because I did.
Oh, Lord.
I walked in the room and I saw it, and I was like, God, I think.
Oh, my God. It's still not.
See, I wish y'all had been in the crowd that night.
That's funny, dog.
Hey, Rock, that was the whole joke.